You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. The highly anticipated development update for December is now out, and I'm going to do my best to take you through this communication, pull out everything that's important, and we are going to skip the rest. Now, quick little announcement, okay? On my podcast, This Week in Action, which is every single Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we are going to be hosting Steve from 11th Hour Games. So he will be on stream with us for 90 minutes and he is going to be answering some very pointed questions. So if you have anything you want me to directly ask, or if you have any feedback for this stream, hit me up in Discord, okay? But it should be really good. My Twitch is linked in the description. Okay, so let's get into this. Paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are breakdowns of information that we already know. I will also link this in the description if you want to go read it for yourself, okay? Now, this is what's happening, so since we have a little more detail now. Multiplayer Beta Invitational, the January 27th to the 29th. This is basically friends, family, content creators. Like, it's going to be a very small niche group playing the game for the first time, but we will be able to stream it. And I feel very fortunate that I will be one of the people that will have the ability to play and finally showcase some multiplayer. Multiplayer Beta Week, February 2nd to the 12th. February 2nd is going to be a mark your calendars day, okay? Are you ready for this? They're not going to let in 100 players or friends and family or 1,000 players. They're going to be inviting 10,000 players to play Last Epoch multiplayer. And that's going to be for 10 days. Now, here's my thoughts on this, okay? 084, the most popular Last Epoch ever was, they were able to get almost 8,000 concurrent players. And every single day it kept going up and up. There's a lot of buzz for the game during that massive update. I think that was the Druid. Update. Anyways, you know, 10,000 players, I don't think they're going to be able to hit that mark, especially if it's, you know, inviting 10,000 players. I think anybody that wants to play is going to be able to play, which means the entire current community can all play for 10 days, max out characters. And I'm wondering if that might hurt some of the buzz for 090 because maybe we'll experience everything. I totally get it. The idea is to test on a large scale, which is really smart, but it might have another effect. Basically, we're going to be able to play 090 as an entire community, everyone, for 10 days. So that's pretty interesting. And then the February 23rd to the 26th, this is also pretty cool. This is open weekend. So even if you don't own the games, so if you have friends, if you have family, if you have people that are like, nah, Last Epoch sucks, I don't want to touch that, this is your chance to reel them in because they can play the game completely free and experience 090. And then March 9th, we have the official launch. So that's everything we pretty much already knew. We just got a little added details in there. And then obviously in the paragraphs, they apologize for them not hitting this year. So now we're going to get into the multiplayer update. All right. And in here, we're going to talk about Monolith. We're going to talk about dungeons and some specifics in there. Now, as I'm reading this, I got excited for a second. Okay. Because it says right here, one of the most anticipated topics being asked about is trade. And we will also have some news to share on this topic. So as I read that sentence, I was like, sweet, they're going to give us info finally on trade. The only info we get is right here, literally within the same paragraph. Yes, beta patch 090 will include a trade system that allows items to be exchanged hands within your party. More details to come. And they say right here, they're going to do a deep dive blog focused on it. So this entire 3-page, trade being one of the most asked questions, we got basically a couple sentences and they just confirmed that yes, you will be able to trade items inside of your party. Okay. You don't need to go make a website to try and profit off LE yet. It is going to be stuck to only party menus. Okay, Monolith navigation. I am not going to read all this, and you don't want me to read all this. It'll be linked in the description. This is what's important inside of the Monolith. One, it has been decided if you're playing with 3 other players and you're doing an echo run and you die, you can re-enter the portal and you can re-enter the Monolith to help your party out. Okay? So when you die, the run is not over. You can get back in and support. Okay? Now, when it comes to currency, when in a party, one of your players can pick a node on the Monolith web, and for the person who picks which echo is being done, everything works as it currently does in single player. However, the other players in the party, when the echo is completed, they will be presented with 2 options for the rewards from the echo. These reward options are the same options that are normally found inside of the echo and are rolled using the same weighting as the echo that was completed, meaning the corruption level of the echo in the distance from the center will weigh into the reward options. It's really interesting. So basically, you know, the party leader is going to be selecting all the different things, but you are still going to be able to get varying rewards. And there's a picture right here, obviously showing, confirm your selection. Do you want runes or do you want an arena key? So you will get options inside the Monolith, and if you die, you can rejoin. As we scroll down to dungeons, this is a little different. Again, I'm not going to read all this, but basically what it's saying is that everybody will have to click in order to proceed. You see this in almost every single game that is party-based that has some form of raids or dungeons or anything like that. But if you die, the reward is gone. You cannot re-enter, you cannot pass go, you do not get $200. So, Monolith, you're okay. Dungeon, don't die. Now, if all of your party or whoever does succeed in completing the dungeon, everybody will get the reward. So each party member will be able to pick a legendary item. It's not just the party leader or anything like that. So it's not shared rewards, it's individualized. Okay? And that is it. Gameplay improvements. Of course, while multiplayer has been a significant focus for 090, that's not near to the only thing coming. Our efforts to improve combat feel through improved VFX and SFX and animation continues, as well as changes to skills, zones, items, enemies, and more. We want to share this with you today with some improvements for gameplay experience. So skill updates, and I've been talking about this a lot. Almost every single skill has like a revamped or refreshed tree, okay? And some skills are going to have new nodes, which are going to allow you to have different builds. So every skill should feel refreshed. Okay, that doesn't mean super different, just they're changing the way of how many points you could put into certain nodes. All right, we've got an update, and now they're just going to show off some skills. Swipe, and this is showing off spirit wolves. Okay, look at that. Ooh, they got regular wolves and spirit wolves. Spirit wolves scale off minion damage. You normally see swipe a lot if you're using squirrels or wolves or Beastmaster. Shield rush and rive. And the fire. Okay. Harvest. Reaper form. Updated enemies, the Temple Guardian. Yes, just look at this picture. Which one do you think's better? This one or the new one? You can only barely tell the difference. There he is spinning too. This is something I have not seen. Check this out. Idle Giant Worm Boss. That right there is the biggest visual difference I have seen yet. It's even all slimy. I like that one a lot. Void Despair. They're new little crawlers that you're going to have to fight. Obviously, we're talking about enemies now. even though I would love to see this as a minion for Warlock. Void Focus. Void Fused Earth. Look at this dude. Again, every time I see these enemies, it always triggers like, that would be an awesome minion. Imagine this as a new golem. Yeah, kind of looks like a golem a little bit. Reworked zones. Make them bigger. Look at that. Ooh. Ah. My face is cutting them off better like this. And then in this instance, it's kind of talking about lighting, shading, and the differences they're making to the visuals. You can see the shadow moving with the character. You can see the sun coming over. Obviously a huge difference. And that's it. That is everything. Okay. What do I overall think of this communication? I don't want to say I speak for everyone. Actually, I shouldn't say that at all. I speak for myself, okay? And I know that I am a rarer or different case. I've made almost 340 YouTube videos. I've made 48 build guides. I have covered 77 live streams through dev chats. You know, I've got a great connection and with 11th Hour Games. So everything in this post, 95% of everything in this post I have already seen or heard about or knew about, okay? So for me specifically, nothing super exciting, okay? That doesn't mean that everything in here is bad. Everything in here is good. It's just nothing that I haven't seen. I was really hoping that this December update was going to be a roadmap for 2023. And yes, of course, it's got the roadmap we've already seen, but I was kind of hoping for more. Like maybe this would get extended and then we would see, you know, June, July, the masteries or 1.0. Actually, those are coming at the same time. I don't know. I guess I was just hoping to see something more than what I already knew. A breakdown for trade, a breakdown for when they're thinking 1.0, a breakdown of the theming of the masteries, literally anything that wasn't already shown. And maybe you've never seen any of this, so this is like, wow, super hype. I love everything I'm seeing because it is great. It's just not for me. All right, I'm done repeating myself. December development update in the books. I want to know your opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do not forget, next Wednesday, This Week in Action podcast, we're going to be hosting 11th Hour Games Steve. Should be a really good stream and we can ask pointed questions. And hopefully he answers it. 2 asks at the end of this video. Ask number 1, I'm hoping today's the day I have earned your subscription. Hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it. It really helps the channel as we move towards the end of 2022. Ask number 2, check out my Patreon. Thank you to the first 52 members that have signed up. Become an instant ARPG VIP and get Patreon exclusive content at the first link in the description. Weekly blog post, weekly podcast, access to the VIP lounge so you can chit chat with me every day, chance to win custom merch, so many goodies. First link in the description. That's all I've got. December update. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.